Hello, everyone. It is Elise here from eDogs World, and I am so excited to be able to produce this podcast style post tonight. I just want to start off by saying Happy New Year. Happy 2024. It has been amazing so far. Simply just, with keeping gratitude at the forefront. And I always get on and I always say, so many things have happened and so many things have changed, but that's for everybody. That's not just me. But I'm going to do something a little different tonight because I won't really say that much has changed. And that in itself is beautiful, you know how they say no news is good news. But my life is always, and it's mostly because I notice that I chase that next thing always. But one of the most beautiful things is the fact that it's been very still. I'm not going to say stagnant, but still, and that is a new just like feeling for me, like to just basically enjoy the harvest. There's been so many seeds that I've planted over the years and they are in full bloom. And I'm just enjoying it, and it feels like being still, calm, grounded, assured as it can get, with all the craziness happening in this world. It's as assured as it can get in the sense of, it's not about what's going to happen next right now. It's about where we're at. And I am exactly where I need to be. We're all where we are needing to be at this very moment, even tonight, but just in life in general. So if you have been following me or, just doing your own leveling up journey, if you want to call it that, if you want to call it you're evolving, evolving, curated lifestyle, if you want to call it your mental health endeavor, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same thing. It's just valuing yourself, prioritizing yourself, and loving yourself, especially if you want to love others or you're at a point in your life where you want to coexist, even unify with someone. You got to love yourself first. And that has been one of the most beautiful things that I've been doing, is just really loving on myself, for all the mommies out there, I love you. It's like we have this look in our eyes when we look at each other, whether it's in the grocery store or, when we catch up over the phone, and you could just hear all the rustle and bustle in the background. And even for the dads too, like, this world will not go around without you, so it's just one of those things, like, you got to prioritize yourself, though. I always used to say in the beginning of my, journey that happened in 2013 is when I really, put my mind together in the decision of, hold on, we gonna have to take it back a minute, and we kind of forgot about ourselves. Myself, I forgot about me, and I nipped that in the butt, and it's been something that I've had to tell myself, if mommy's okay, baby's okay. If Elise is okay, then my brothers are okay. If I'm okay, my parents are okay, because they love me and they want to see me okay. So the best gift that I can give to them is loving myself and being okay. That's the way to love somebody. And that takes, you got to prioritize that. You got to make time for that. So tonight, I wanted to get on here and share something that has been so, it like kind of just snuck in because of the stillness. It was like, okay, now that we got your attention, and now that you have conscious created more time, you have conscious created more. My little mantra that I've been telling myself, my little affirmation has been work less, make more, and play more. I just keep telling myself that and writing that down. And I have some little dry erase markers that I write on my mirror, just things that, I want to just tell myself or congratulate myself on or whatever, affirmations. But it's always been lately work less, make more, and play more. So that's what's been happening. And it's crazy. Like when you speak out of your mouth and you decide and you tie in the frequency of already having it and what it'll feel like to have it and all those things, it will happen. So with that being said, this that I'm about to share has just came up in here, and it has been like so beautiful, so like life-changing in a very, very, very like different way. Okay. I'm going to do my best to try to describe, because I'm still in it right now. And I'm like, oh, I got to timestamp this, because I'm going to need this on here. Not only for myself to look back on, because you guys know how much my videos mean to me. If they mean something to you, even better. But you know how much my videos mean to me. So I'm like, ooh, I got to put this in there so I can always have it. Because things are about to really, quantify, and they're really going to be clear, and the breaths and the energy and the way that I look at things now are going to be, beautiful no matter what. And that's so nice. So what it's been has been feeling. When you're like just going and going and going, you kind of forget how to feel. And it's translated into dumping. It's translated into removing, cutting off, and the like, not feeling. That's what ends up happening. You cut off things, you remove things, you disarm and disengage from things without even realizing it after a while. Things that may have hurt you, things that may have bothered you, things that maybe you just kind of had to put on the back burner and couldn't feel your way through it because right now you had to attend to this and that, and the bigger picture was needing to be tended to, that you couldn't even feel your way through what was happening. And so many things like that have happened in all these years to everybody, not just me. But it's just like my time to have this realization. I don't know if this is a realization that everybody has with age or with just the stillness of your life and prioritizing, mental health verbiage, mental health content, mental health energy and prayers. Like, God, please just cover my mind, cover my energy force around me, and the way that I speak and the way that I communicate with people and the way that I take in what people are telling me or saying to me. Help me to translate it in a way that is always lucrative and is always like, maybe not necessarily to hurt me, but to help me move in a certain accordance. Which at the end of the day is always God's divine planning, so it's always keeping that at the forefront. I have had time to feel, y'all, like it's crazy. And it's so beautiful because it's like, I realized that, like, for example, I'm gonna do this without getting too detailed, but so many pivotal things happen, in life. so many pivotal things in my life. And things that take precedence really are like a big deal to me, because I don't know why I'm like this, but it takes a lot to like make me like not remember, but to move me, I guess. Or to see things like as real, or like like, I'm not going to say worth my time. I don't know how to say this because it's from a humble place, I promise. But I can't have everything in this world and everybody in this world. So, it's like I could love a celebrity. That don't mean I'm going to ever meet that person. I used to love Mario, the singer Mario, Just a Friend. That was like my poster on my wall, like loved his music on my whatever devices that we were using back then. And when he did that big performance in Nickelodeon, like I really felt like he and I were, I don't know what, like obviously not together. I've never met the guy, So even though he's able to move me that way, and he's able to like somebody who I really enjoyed listening to his music, and he was so cute and yada yada. Oh my gosh, Mario. I don't know him. Like nothing that he works for or nothing other than his music is going to value my life. Like he's not going to pay my bills, like unless I end up somehow the stars align and we're together, it would be beautiful. But he's not mine. He's just someone who I admire, but that does not happen often. I'm trying to tell you guys this. I'm not one of those people that like just admire everything. Like I condense all of my interests into like 2 or 3 things. And I'm not saying that that's rare, but I don't have many interests. I don't like everything, and I don't watch everything, and I don't listen to everything, and I don't indulge in it's just like not everything is interesting to me. So when something is interesting to me, or something amazing happens where I like to reminisce on it for years to come, or I think about it out of nowhere, it's like, or I really like it, I take to it, I want to listen to it over and over again or whatever, or I love how it tastes so good, I want to go back to that restaurant again. Like that does not happen to me often. So when it does, it's like, whoa, for me. And I've had to feel my way through things that I've experienced, people, places, and things that are no longer here anymore. Okay? Like in the sense of togetherness, it was a time in my life, and I've been realizing that I have suppressed because they ran their course, or they exceeded their whatever, like, in the sense of relationships, just to be real, incidents, not many, but 1 or 2, some things that happen at the workplace. I had to feel my way through those things that I suppressed because they hurt me so bad. Maybe not directly, some did, but maybe not directly, but the way like it had to end, or it ran its course and it wasn't a good fit. I kind of noticed, and it's not a secret, I will cut it off. I will cut all feelings off. I will sever all things. I will remove my whole entire self. Like, you don't have to remove yourself. I'm going to remove myself. Like, that's my attitude almost. And that's how I deal with pain. That's how I deal with rejection. That's how I deal with being stabbed in the back. I'm not a type of person that's going to fight. Like, when that situation happened to me where I was literally stabbed in the back, that's what it felt like. In a group of people that I really wanted to grow with. I really wanted to expand, and I felt like our journey together was so amazing up until that point in the industry that I was like, come on, we can do this. And it was like, the way it blew up was really bad, but I had to literally look at that and feel my way through that. That's one of the things I've been feeling. Other things too, guys. But the purpose of me sharing this is like, I don't know if it's something that's an appointed time. I don't know if there's something that you may stumble across this tonight and be like, oh my gosh, is it something that I could actually do? Is it something I can actually just start right now? Yeah, there's no real handbook to it, guys. And it just happened. And it felt so good. So when I felt my way through some of the pain, and it's like, it pops up every so often throughout the years, but I always notice that I just put it back in that suitcase or put it back in that box, and don't pay attention to it anymore. But it's like, no, you're coming up again. Guess what? Today, I'm not going to throw you back in that box. Today, I'm not going to throw you back in that suitcase. And I'm not going to just keep on working and keep on cleaning this countertop right now, or just distract myself and do something else so that way I don't have to think about this for some reason because something reminded me of it. No, you know what? We're going to think about it. We're going to feel about it. It's not a thinking thing. That's the thing. It's a feeling thing. It's like, okay, you're here for the 100th time. What? And then I realized after it happened, like, oh, this is supposed to be happening. And I feel it. I feel the pain like it was yesterday, or I feel the hurt, or I feel the love. Okay. Like it was yesterday. It's not just pain and hurt, guys. There's some love in there too. Or happiness, or like amazing, like memories and vacations and accomplishments and dinners and things like that. All these things started coming up, and it started surfacing. Like it started off with like the things that I mentioned like a second ago, and it ended with beautiful things. It kind of went backwards. Like it didn't just stay on the reason why it's no longer here. It started with why it's no longer here and then went backwards. And then like some I'm still feeling my way through. Some are quick, and then it's a form of healing. It's a form of addressing like sometimes triggers, right? That when you're triggered, sometimes you get triggered and somebody else triggers you because of something else that happened that they have nothing to do with. They're just doing something similar to that, and they're about to get the backlash from what it derives from, and that's not okay. That's why we got the problems that we got in this world today. So it's like the change starts with me. The change starts with you. So it's like I have not been putting it aside anymore. It's like, no, we're going to feel our way. I got all this time. All right, we're going to feel our way. And when I tell you, like, I have been smiling, and some of the things can't be rekindled, Some of the things can't be resurfaced. Some can, but some can't. Some I don't actually want to. But that, I won't say hate, but that hurt. Some of that hurt was like, I don't even want to be around you with a 10-foot pole. Like, ooh, that work situation, that one really got to me. Because everybody knows my brand is eDogsRoll, for crying out loud. Like, that's one of my most amazing, like, accomplishments and one of my biggest things. And it's like, everything in that little world, I don't play about. And it got so shaken up and so ugly in a very tiny, short amount of time that it was hurtful, but it's like, bring it up. It felt like hate, and I don't like hate. Hate is a strong word, and I definitely don't want to have hate in my heart, but separating it immediately, throwing it in that suitcase, and there's so much dust on that thing, but guess what? It's dust in the suitcase in my body. All those little suitcases in my body. Guess what? 2024, one by one. There's no direct order. There's no order to this, okay? But each suitcase with all that dust in my body is coming out, and it's going to be felt through. And I didn't know. I didn't get the memo. Like, hey, 2024, it's not about necessarily leveling up, with your growth outwardly, and the way you've grown inwardly has been beautiful too, But this is on another level. Okay? This is something different that, again, had to come from stillness, had to come from calmness, had to come from me being like so just like, birds chirping, like eating oatmeal at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, boom, like you had a lot of amazing memories with that beautiful individual. At the end of the day, like the greatest gift at the end of the day, period. You cannot finish this without this individual. Like, you can't accomplish this without this individual. Like, you've got to take that suitcase and dust that puppy off and feel your way through it. So, again, without getting too into it, it's a couple of things, and I feel like more things are going to surface themselves. I'm 34 years old. Some of these things I don't even remember. Guys, like, in elementary school, I didn't realize this didn't come up. This doesn't really bother me. I don't think it does. But, somebody telling me to drink out of that other fountain. You can't drink out of this one. I don't know what that really did to me. I can sit here and tell you right now, oh, whatever, but what I'm saying is that is what's going on. I hope I made some sort of sense through this, but all I'm saying is if this begins to happen to you, and oh my gosh, so amazing for those who've either already experienced this or this is like second nature to them, where they immediately recognize when there is I'm gonna call it a dusty suitcase in their body. Like, they know how to remove it, but not by suppressing it, not by just putting it away and burying it and forgetting about it. No. Somebody told me, like, that's a really, like, messed up thing to just forget, to actively forget something, forget somebody, forget, things that we've, like, just forget about me. Like, that's messed up. And it's like, oh, wow. I never really heard it that way. And I'm just trying to protect myself, why am I trying to protect myself so much though? So with this time, that is what's been happening. I'm like, ooh, I have to get on here and put this on. So once this becomes a thing, and each suitcase, because the ones that have surfaced themselves, and I would say that I'm completely done, not done, but like I felt my way through, I feel so much lighter, so much lighter. And it's crazy, actually. I didn't know I was going to add this to the blog, but I'm minding my own business in the car rider line of my son's school, and my friend texts me like, hey, so-and-so just said hi. So I'm texting you right now, like, they told me to tell you they said hi. And I'm like, what? And in my mind, I'm like, who is that? Even though I only know one person with that name. One person, but it was in the bunch of all that stuff that happened, like, at that time, And I'm like, wow. And I wanted to be like, what? And then feel that feeling of like hate and hurt. But because I told you, like, this is something that's been going on, like suitcase after suitcase, it's like, oh, wow. And I didn't text her back, hey, tell them I said hi. Tell them I said hello, like, back. No, I just left it as it was, but not with the feeling of like, how dare you try to say hi to me? Like, like, no. Like, it's a beautiful thing. So if this happens to you or begins to happen to you, or you're in the point of your life where, okay, so how they say the first step to recovery is acknowledging that you have a problem, whether it's alcohol, drugs, whatever. It's the same with this concept that I'm talking about. Acknowledge the fact that you're hurt. It's okay. acknowledge that fact that whatever happened that you really invested in and you vowed to, you took certain vows, and you meant it, whether or not the other person meant it. You know how many pacts I've made? I used to make pacts. I've made it a total, I think, of the 2 packs that I recollect both got broken, and I'm 34 years old and I got hurt by that. And these are packs that I made when I was like a kid. It's like, girl, you really thought people were going to follow through with those packs? Yeah, because they were family. To me, I felt like it was because it's, but it's like, it hurt me. That's it. I really meant it when I made that pact. So let's say, and the listener, you as a listener listening to this right now, you're hurt. You made a vow, you made a pact, you made a decision, you did something out of the kindness of your heart or whatever. I don't know what your situation is, but the first step is being okay with the fact that, look, I'm hurt. I've been hurt. Okay. I've been succeeding in my life and doing shows or having other relationships and dating or other jobs and stuff, but I'm still hurt. And I've had beautiful relationships and amazing jobs, but I've been hurt and I'm still hurt. That's the first step. And I think that's what kicked off all this and opened the door. Like, okay, now, the essence came in. Like, now we can like start opening these suitcases at least. But because I had to acknowledge, I'm hurt. Hey, I don't want to be like, feel like this anymore. Or, once that door was open and the essence came in, I'm calling it essence. I don't know if that's the right way to call it, but I start getting this feedback. Hey, so-and-so said hello, or like the other conversation I had, hey, it's really wrong. I don't remember the word that they used, but in other words, like, it's terrible the fact that you forget. I never heard it like that, and it made me think. So it's a thing that I'm trying to explain, but I think it has to happen for you to fully understand. But my whole point is to like tell you right now, let it happen. So I decided to post it because the first thing I wanted to do was share it with somebody, like anybody, like a friend of my friend, or maybe my mom, or maybe the individual who just recently told me it's kind of messed up that you forget. Like, kind of the conversation ended after that. Or other things too, guys. It's a lot. I'm telling you right now, it's a lot. Without saying too much, it's a lot. And the first thing I want to do is like, hey, in reference to that conversation we had the other day, A, B, C, D, and E. It's like, no. Like, bask in this right now. Because sometimes when I get eurekas or I get certain like, this is why I do the vlogs. Because it's like you have the choice to press play. Like, you have the choice to get on and listen. Versus me telling you, or almost kind of inviting myself to be like, hey, try this. Hey, this is what's working for me. Hey, like, let's heal together in this one area, because I learned something. Like, that may not necessarily be the wrong thing or a bad thing, but one thing that I'm learning is you got to be invited for those types of things. Not everybody's on that. Not everybody either is ready for that, or you haven't even fully ran the course of whatever is happening right now at this moment. So the safest thing for me to do right now was to, of course, allow it to continue happening. And it feels great. Feeling feels great. Okay. Being numb. Oh, gosh. So when you're doing this feeling thing too, it's just suggestion. Do it without any of like substances or enhancements, guys. Try it. for those who, I hope I'm not being offensive in any way, but like need or rely or enjoy more, let's put it that way, enjoy more having these types of realizations or deep thoughts or meditations or just going through day-to-day life with these substances or a cocktail or whatever. Enhancement. Like, just come in as your authentic, true self as you are. Like, come as you are. Like, come as you are and just feel. Not feel with assistance from other things or even other people per se. Like, just come and face yourself. Face your own self, right? And see what comes up. And hopefully, it's something that can reverse some of the numbness that I think everybody had to acquire with this life, right? And the things that happen in this life. But I don't think I can go another day being numb. I don't think I can go another day, without feeling my way through these dusty suitcases, to make room, to be a reciprocal for what it is that is to come. But I had to be still. I had to be where I'm at in this perfect place right now that I'm at. I'm in the right place right now in my life to have this going on in order to be that reciprocal for the things that I want, and it's not necessarily having something to report like, ooh, something new, and I don't go about it like that. I'm not a stunt man, I'm a stunt woman, or I'm not a person that likes to flex, but I love to be enriching, and I love to have nice things. I do, and I like to accomplish things in a different way, not necessarily like medal type stuff and awards, but like I said, there's just certain things that interest me, and I really condense all of my intention and excitement into like a couple things versus like it's spread out vast and wide, like with like all the things of this world, like politics and celebrities. Like I don't have it. Movies, I don't know. You can ask me what's going on and I can't tell you, but I can tell you what's going on with me because I am the main attraction right now in my life. So I hope that somebody out there who needed to hear this, start your feeling today. Men, oh my gosh, please, like, let your vulnerability shine in 2024. Like, forget everything about boys don't cry. Forget everything about needing to be like so rock solid hard and not folding, like and having to show up and the rhetoric right now, like, extinguish the rhetoric and show up for yourself and feel, acknowledge if you're hurt, and start that journey today. It's so important, and it's actually more important than we may really realize, because you guys are the ones who are like the starters of life. We cannot have life without you guys. Okay, we can't. we as the women, we nurture and make the life in our little ovens over here, but it ain't gonna happen unless you guys start it off, so your vessel, your temple, them suitcases, dust those puppies off. For the women too, but I just had to give like the men their moment. Like, I love you, all the males of this world and all the females of this world, my brothers and sisters. That's what you guys are. Point blank period. Like, heal. It's okay. Like, I'm getting on here with my most vulnerable self, and like, I'm gonna feel. So feel today, feel. So that's all. And I will definitely be catching you guys in the next one. I love you so much. Bye.